Hi everyone, we're here with Daniel Murray, a participant in the Jamaica 4-H Club's RYEEP program, the agro-processing aspect of the RYEEP program. And we're here with him at the New Forest Duff House agro-processing facility in cool Manchester. So Daniel is going to tell us a little bit about how he got started in his business. He has a thriving callaloo agro-processing business, how he got started in that, what led him to be a part of the RYEEP program, and his next steps. So Daniel, thank you for having us on your farm.
Thank you, madam. I did to enroll in agriculture because of my background, my family background. Most persons in my family would have been farmers, so I would have been introduced to farming activities at a tender age. I would have had a lot of access to land and to a lot of knowledge as it relates to chemical mixtures. It helps to calm your mind. It's very recreational and it gives you a sense of independence when you do farming. Okay. So this business now, we're in shred callaloo and we mix scallion and pepper. It was conceptualized from the fact that I noticed that a lot of young people within the community, they are left destitute without jobs due to the fact that they would not have had the sufficient educational background. They get left out, and of such, those persons, those are the ones that become a menace to society, and they would contribute to the crime and violence and all of that, and single mothers not having the sufficient amount of money to take care of their children and family. I came up with the idea to shred callaloo and to make it more even convenient for the consumers to have scallion and pepper added to it, so persons can have the convenience of an entire meal without run up and down for scallion and pepper. You know, so far this venture has been filled with ups and downs. All of this started from my local savings, and we're here right now to a stage where we can seal bags, put on pretty labels and all that. I would have gotten a lot of training in business wise because I'm a bachelor student of the Knox Community College. So I have a lot of business intelligence, but I did not have the sufficient amount of processing knowledge. So that's where the RYEEP Agro program would have been very important, because this program would have helped me and assisted me to know the proper procedures as it relates to processing products, making sauces, all of that. And you know, I have to give a big shout out to Ms. Portius and Mr. Moody for being very instrumental in helping me to be a part of this program, encouraging me and guiding me to the right procedures to take. Where I would want this business to go, and the vision that I have for this business, is for more individuals to be able to be employed with this business, because you know, I want to be able to help a lot of persons so that they can help their families, so we can have a wave effect wherein we can help to stem the crime and violence within the country and destitution. One of the main problems that we are facing now is supermarkets, you know, barriers to entry and all of that, because you don't have a big name, so they prevent you, the little man, from coming in, and they see the potential of the product, so they at times would bar us from, you know, coming in the supermarket to dominate it. But that is very, you know, that has some negative impacts and repercussions on us, the smaller people, because it's not about the money making thing for me. It's about making a change within my community.
Tell us, you are from this New Forest community?
I'm from the New Forest Manchester community. As you can see, we are in the agro park at the moment. Being a part of the agro park, we have a lot of benefits such as irrigation and a lot of other supplies such as piping. Not enough, but helps us to make a start.
Now you have a very beautifully labeled shredded callaloo product which you just mentioned, and we're actually standing in your field. And just before we went on, you were telling us about exactly how it is that you grow your callaloo. What are some of the things that you look for? Do you want to tell your viewers exactly, without giving away too much of your secrets, exactly what is it that you look for? Because you really have some healthy looking callaloo plants here.
Definitely, thank you. Very important question, and I admire that. So one of the things you can see here, we have a callaloo field, but it's not just a callaloo field. I'm a perfectionist, so I take quality very serious. So as you can see, we use a lot of, we try to avoid the using of a lot of chemicals, because if you use certain fertilizers, it can have a lasting effect on the callaloo, wherein if we cut it up the callaloo can be black, can get black quicker and all of that. So we try to use a specific amount of fertilizers and all of that to keep the growth of the callaloo healthy. And also we try to ensure that the callaloo is not growing tall, because I don't go for the quantity, I go for the quality. So once it is at this height, we can see that the callaloo will be able to have a different texture as opposed to the bigger callaloo. So as I was showing you earlier, this callaloo, as you can see, it's a nice size callaloo. It's not big, gigantic and thing, nice and small. So we do a quality test. If the callaloo cannot be bent and it doesn't have a certain level of flexibility, this has to be discarded because it is going to be hard to consume. We don't want that for the consumers. We want quality callaloo, wherein persons can get them scallion and pepper and them nice callaloo one place, and they can eat it and be edified without all the chemicals and all the fertilizers and insecticides and all of that. We try to keep it close to organic as possible. So as you can see, this has a different texture. If it was a callaloo that was fertilized by a specific type of urea, when you cut it and all of that and you start to shred it, after a few days or probably within the same day, it would start to get darker and then the taste would be bitter. So we know that knowledge and we try to apply it, and we try to prevent callaloo from having that quality. So currently, this, once we shred our callaloo, as you can see right here, this has been done since Saturday, and I bet you can't tell the difference due to how green it is right here.
Okay.
And we test it before we sell it, and it has a level of crunchiness and all of that. So as you can see, the texture is quite different from a lot of callaloo, and as you can see, it's hand shredded. We don't use a machine.
Okay.
It's hand shredded, so that enables more individuals within the community to have a means of employment.
Alright.
So hand shredded means it's finer, and we can get to monitor it more to see if worms are on it, bats and eggs and all of that.
I was just about to ask if there's a difference in terms of the result in quality when you hand shred as against when you use a machine.
Most definitely, man. If you go inside the supermarkets, you can notice that if you take a bag of Morris Niche Marketing Bunglaw Blessing shredded callaloo, you can see that the leaves are way finer. The texture is much better. And when you look at the callaloo in the supermarkets, you can see that they have some big gigantic leaves that is hard to cook, and plus the callaloo is tough. So that cannot be good for the consumer to consume. When you purchase a bag of Bunglaw Blessing shredded callaloo, this is the estimated time to cook it should be like 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes, and it still has a good texture, still fresh, no bitter and all of that.
You have this business, you are involved in RYEEP. Tell me exactly, recommend to young people in terms of how they can get involved in RYEEP and what is the benefits of being involved in RYEEP.
So my fellow compatriots, young people within the community and vicinities around the community, I want to encourage you guys, if you have a dream and you want to participate in a program to further that dream as it relates to agro-processing, or you have a crop, you have a product you want to process or to have the knowledge to process, you could receive the knowledge and the education and also the proper techniques. You could know the proper techniques by participating in the Jamaica RYEEP Agro Program. By doing this, you should just go to your nearest forage club, because you have to be a forage member in order to be a participant of this program, and then you can express to them your interest and they will take it from there. It's a very simple procedure. All the personnel within this sector, they are very friendly. You know, nothing to be ashamed of. If you have a dream and you want to get it further, this is where it starts, guys. You should try to reach out to your nearest forage program.
And what do you think is the future for youth involvement in agriculture?
Well, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a bachelor student. You know, I'm a final year student of a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. But, you know, I personally would say there are a lot of big managers and teachers and all of that. You know, why join that force when you can come back in your community and add? with your knowledge you can add to the development and the greater the betterment of your fellow community members with your knowledge. So the traditional jobs, that's not going anywhere. Trust me. Traditional jobs not going anywhere. It's good to know that you have, your big suit and tie, but the way farming was 50 years ago as to how farming is currently is a big difference. I want to encourage you guys to take the negative stigma out of your heads that farmers go inside the fields and use machete in hot sun and chop bush and all of them something there. Farming is very technological right now, and it's a big career. And it is an honor to know that you can, contribute to the development of your country by just growing crops, producing food for your country. So that is an honor.
Right. Thank you very much, Daniel.